Hey, I'm Brian Elliott. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Brand. Today I'm here at DJI headquarters in some undisclosed location in Los Angeles, talking everything creator tools for YouTubers, filmmakers, and other people who are making video. Let's check this out. I've got Michael Shaboon with me, who's the head of marketing, basically in charge of all the products. And Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Good to have you here.
So we've got some of the coolest creator tools on the planet here. If you don't know who DJI is, they make drones, they make stabilizers, they make all kinds of cool products. And also, if you're just joining on Facebook, I am Brian Elliott, host of the show Behind the Brand, which you can see on entrepreneur.com. It's a series for entrepreneurs just like you. It features the people who are making things happen. We visit cool brands, we talk to influencers, celebrities, athletes, you name it. And today we're at like one of the most iconic, one of the most forward progressive, killing it brands on the planet, DJI. So I'm super stoked to be here. As you can see, we're in kind of a non-disclosed, like secret location, so I can't tell you exactly where we are, but I can tell you that we've got some of the latest and greatest. One of them is the Osmo Mobile. We'll be talking about the new Mavic Pro, which is their new ultra tiny but mighty drone. And we'll also be talking a little bit about the Inspire, which is maybe something for creators who are doing maybe something a little bit higher level, or, you know, we'll talk about that, we'll break it down. I also want to point out another one of my favorite tools, and I'll talk about how I use this for video and for filmmaking. This is the Boosted Board. I love these guys. Shout out, we just featured them in a previous episode, so hopefully you can see what we did with Sanjay and his team up in Mountain View and the Boosted Board team. But Michael, break down for us what we're looking at here in the Osmo Mobile.
So this is what all these tools here are extremely diverse, right? So we have something for people who have handhelds, and we have something for people who are always on the go, and then, like you said, the higher level, high production value creative tool. What this is it combines kind of the best of both worlds. It uses DJI's patented 3-axis gimbal technology, and it uses the world's most popular camera, which is your phone. Yeah. And the idea behind this product is you have your phone with you everywhere. You're always shooting on your phone. Why not maximize and optimize that experience even more by stabilizing your shot?
So what you guys probably don't know either is that we're actually shooting on the Osmo right now. Like before this generation, when did this come out?
So this unit itself came out a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
The Osmo itself has been out for a little over a year now.
Yeah. So what you're probably used to seeing with the Osmo is the little 4K DJI kind of standard camera that you'd also see like on the Phantom 4, or maybe that you've seen on the Inspire before. And what they've done is made it basically modular so that you can use that, but you could also use other mounts and other lenses, right?
And we've actually upped the technology game a little bit on this one too. So it's not just two units working together. We've actually tapped into the camera of your smartphone. So you're now able to visually, using a camera on your phone, track people and objects. So as you move, they move, so they're always centered in the frame of the shot.
Cool. So if you're just tuning into Facebook with us right now, I'm Brian Elliott, host of the show Behind the Brand. This is sort of a takeover of Entrepreneur Magazine's Facebook page. And we've been doing this now for the past few weeks, and it's been really fun. We're talking everything creator tools for YouTubers, for filmmakers, and other people who are making video. We're at DJI headquarters in some undisclosed location in Los Angeles. Please leave a comment for me right now and tell me where you're watching from. Are you in the United States? Are you in LA, kind of close to us? Are you international? Make sure you leave me a comment right now. I want to see it. And let's get more people on this broadcast. So heart it up, share it, and start asking your questions for DJI. I'm also curious, do you guys have a YouTube channel? Are you making videos? If so, what are some of the tools that you guys are using? Break this down for us a little bit more. So like, show us kind of how it's done and what are some of the benefits.
So this unit itself, it's very easy to use, right? So you have the handle itself, which basically comes without your phone. So if I pop my phone out, this is really what the unit looks like. It's a clip that you can put your phone into, and it accepts iPhones, it accepts Androids across all platforms. It accepts the iPhone Plus or the standard iPhone. Then what it does is it uses this battery that's inside. It's a DJI lithium polymer battery to power the unit for about 90 minutes. So from taking your phone and putting it on the unit to actually using it takes less than a minute. So you pop your phone in, you tighten the grip, and if this had a battery in here, we'd be ready to use it. So it's that simple, and all you do is you control it through the DJI Go app, the same way that you would control all of your other DJI products. It's all centralized in one location. And so what you have is a 3-axis gimbal that keeps the phone stable on its X pitch, roll, and yaw axis.
Michael, so what kind of phones can this be used with?
So this can be used with any Android or Apple device. It's compatible across all carriers, so you don't need to have a specific carrier to use this thing. And it actually, what it does is it takes that video or photos, whatever you're shooting, and it stores it directly onto your phone. So you don't need to plug in an external micro SD or an SD card. It'll go directly onto the memory of your phone, and it'll give you a perfectly stabilized shot at the end of the day.
Also, talk about how this can accommodate like an external microphone. So, hi, it's Brian again. We're using an external, you can't see it because you're filming me, but like if you could flip the phone around and see underneath, you could see that we're using an external mic. Special shout out and thanks to my friends at Rode who sent us a cool mic perfectly for the iPhone. But you can put any kind of adapter phone jack in there, right? Or I mean,
yeah, so
microphone jack.
The point of this is that it can be as simple as you want, or you can build onto it to make it more cinema ready. So like Brian said, you can absolutely attach a microphone to the auxiliary jack. You can also mount some additional accessories with this rosette mount. So this is a standard production mount. You can get an adapter where you can mount 2 to 3 to 4 additional accessories on, like a light if you wanted to, or a more heavy-duty mic, like a larger Rode mic if you wanted to add some additional support.
Yeah, you could even have, like, if you guys, raise your hand if you're using like an external either hard drive or sound recorder system. Like I use the Zoom all the time, I love the Zoom. So you could have the Zoom hooked onto this, have it maybe hooked into your pocket, and either have like a sound guy on a boom, or you could have even a mic attached to this with the Zoom recording into your pocket or onto a belt or something, right?
Yeah, I mean, this becomes, you know, something that you build on at the end of the day. So whatever your shooting specifications or needs are, it's perfectly able to accommodate those. So, and if you guys think of something that we haven't done yet, please comment or let us know on DJI channels what we can do to make the experience better for you as a user.
Leave me a comment right now and tell me if you're using any kind of DJI product. I'd like to know what you're using. Do you have the Phantom 1, 2, 3, 4? I love the Phantom 4. It's just kind of like my go-to tool, and I haven't flown the Mavic yet, so I'm super psyched to be here and get like this exclusive, special, you know, flight invitation, you know. Also, tell me about this piece right here.
So the rosette mount,
yeah.
It's an adapter.
Yep.
So you can actually put a tripod with an extender on there if you wanted to shoot time lapses. The camera itself, the gimbal, can be fixed to slowly rotate. So not only can you take time lapses, but you can take moving time lapses, and you can take a lot of moving shots that really enhance the overall quality of your shot without having to handhold or wait for it to naturally to move. So,
well, so that would have been perfect last night, like one day too late. Did you guys see me on the red carpet last night at the Streamy Awards? So I had my phone just like actually on a selfie stick, and it was kind of a pain to hold it up. I could have mounted this onto my sticks, onto my tripod,
yeah,
and had it, you know, either follow me around or have someone control it with the joystick, and it would have panned and done all that cool stuff.
Absolutely, and when you're talking about accessories, we have car mounts, we have bike mounts,
yeah.
we have third-party companies that are starting to make body mounts. So regardless of how you're using it and what you're doing, if you're shooting stills or if you're on the go, this can be the perfect tool for you.
Awesome. Leave me a question in the comments right now. What do you want to know about either are we calling this Osmo Mobile?
This is the Osmo Mobile, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What do you want to know about what does it cost?
So the Osmo Mobile retails for $299.
Okay. Wow. Pretty good. Leave me a question about what you want to know about the Osmo Mobile or other DJI stuff that we're going to get to. Also, if you're just tuning in, make sure to tell me where you're watching from. We're in Los Angeles someplace. I can't tell you or I have to kill you. This is a secret location. They have all the latest and greatest. They're also doing a bunch of R&D here, I would assume.
So this is one of our main video production offices. So we have a lot of exciting new things around here.
Yeah, I had to sign a non-disclosure, give them a fingerprint, a pint of blood. It was fine. I'm okay. I'm happy to do this for you guys. But I'd like to know where you're watching from, and like whether you're watching from your phone or you're watching from your computer. And also make sure to like this, share this, heart it up. Let's get more people on the stream. I live for your questions. I'll be going through all the comments and answering them. And then also you can reach me on Twitter too. If you want to tweet me, I will make sure to answer 100% of my tweets. You can tweet me at Brian Elliott. It's BryanElliott. And how can they find DJI stuff? Is it DJI.com?
Yeah, so we're traditionally we're www.dji.com, or we're at DJI or at DJI Global across our social media channels. Cool. And it's pretty easy to find us and interact with us. So if you guys have comments or questions for DJI, we're quite responsive on social as well.
Cool. Let's show them kind of how the stabilization works. So I'm going to get on my board again,
okay,
and kind of skate around, and then you can kind of see, just follow me with the camera and show people how smooth it is. Maybe walk and film a little bit, and then let's switch. Like I'll take it from you, and then I'll skate around with it so that you can see it in motion, yeah? Let's turn this on. Does anyone have a boosted board? So I love boosted because, you know, in the past, like in the old days, we were making some sort of movie or film, we had to get a dolly system with tracks, or like if we did it like MacGyver style, I was like on a dolly or a wheelbarrow or someone's, you know, skateboard. But now I've got this remote board. Are you seeing this? I'll try to go around. So the camera is walking towards me. See if you can, I'll go a little bit slower. See if you can follow behind me, Jarrell. See if you can keep up with me. Track right behind me, yeah. Yeah, let's run. So he's running right now. Come on, Jarrell, run. Run. Is it pretty smooth? What do you think?
It's pretty smooth.
All right. So we also have another accessory too.
Okay. Camera on,
So
Michael.
in the case that you are running or you're moving, you notice that the natural human step has a little bit of a bounce to it. But what you can actually do is we have something called the Z-axis stabilizer. So regardless of how fast you're walking, running, or moving, you're always going to get a perfectly smooth shot from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Cool. All right, so let me go back on me now. Hi, I'm back. I'm going to take this from Jarrell, who's holding our camera right now, and I'm going to get on my skateboard and see if I can do two things at once. So I'm going to show you kind of first person view. Let's see how this works. Can you still hear me okay? I'm showing you what I see as the skateboarder. Does that look cool? Coming around, boys. Hope that doesn't make you dizzy. So see how smooth this is? I'm going kind of fast, but this gives you the idea, it gives you the example of kind of what can be achieved with an Osmo Mobile while you're riding a boosted board. I mean, can you imagine tracking your subject, whether they're riding a bike or riding a skateboard like this? Pretty awesome, right? And then if I flip the perspective around, I'll flip this now on me, and I can kind of do this Casey Neistat style, where I'm vlogging and riding at the same time. It's a little trickier. Yeah, there we go. I'm Neistatting right now. I just made a new verb. What do you think? Yeah, heart it up. Share it. This takes talent. This is no joke, guys. I'm riding an electric skateboard by Boosted while shooting on the DJI Osmo Mobile. Pretty sweet, right? Was that smooth? What do you think? Leave me a comment. I would love to hear what DJI products you have tried or you own right now. I'm going to flip this back over to us. Here we go, guys. If you're just tuning in, I'm Brian Elliott from Behind the Brand. It's a show for entrepreneurs just like you, and it's really all about pulling back the curtains, kind of getting an inside, behind-the-scenes look at the brands or the people who are making things happen. In this case, We're at an undisclosed location in Los Angeles at DJI headquarters. DJI is the maker of creator tools, I like to say. Like they've got stabilizers, they've got drones, they've got all kinds of cool tools for filmmakers and YouTubers. And I'm not even, hitting the tip of the iceberg, but it's a really, really cool place. Michael is going to show us the next thing. What's up next?
I think this is the most exciting thing on the market right now in terms of drones. This is the Mavic Pro. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this online, making its way around the internet. This was just released last week. It is the smallest and most powerful drone DJI has ever created. As you can see, it fits in my hand and it folds up. You wanna?
Yeah, can I hold it?
Yeah, you wanna show it off?
Yeah, so just to give you some perspective, this is my boosted board controller. I mean, come on.
And this is my iPhone.
Yeah. So show us how it unfolds. So, it's actually pretty heavy. You know that saying, like, if it's kind of heavy, it must be expensive? I'll bet it's not that expensive, but it feels like quality. It doesn't feel like a toy. It kind of looks like a toy because it's so small, but it actually feels like it's got some quality built into it.
Well, I'm glad you noticed because it is 1.6 pounds, and there are 24 different computing sensors that are built into it. So even though it is small, it packs quite a punch. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove the camera guard. So I always have this thing on whenever I'm traveling. It makes the camera dust-proof, it keeps it safer, and it just allows for better quality footage when you're shooting.
This is also for submarine mode. Oh wait, no. That's the next thing.
So you peel this off, and what you see under it is this is actually pretty revolutionary. It's a miniaturized version of DJI's patented 3-axis stabilized gimbal. It does everything that a Phantom 4 or an Inspire 1 or even a Ronin gimbal does, except at a fraction of the size. You have essentially the same camera that's on the Phantom 4, except it's a little bit smaller. The sensor size is the same. The resolution and the quality is exactly the same.
So I was actually watching Casey Neistat's comparison of the GoPro Karma, the Phantom 4, and the Mavic Pro, and actually, both DJI products, I mean, I like GoPro stuff, but like, there's actually no comparison. So if you take that out of the equation, you just compare the Phantom 4 to the Mavic, kind of like what Casey did, there's a slight difference in the video quality, yeah?
It's really only a trained professional like yourself, like a Red user or somebody else would notice, but yeah. The cameras are essentially the same. But
what are the specs? So it shoots 4K?
4K, 24
frames.
and 30 frames. Okay. It can go all the way down to 720p. It can shoot raw stills that you can also get in JPEG format, whatever your choice is. The difference then becomes how much light the actual sensor is letting in at that point.
So yeah, probably that is the biggest difference, is the light sensor, yeah?
So one thing that I would actually just note right away is that the difference between this DJI product and all other DJI products is you actually have to tap to focus. So if you get this drone and the image looks a little bit soft, don't be scared, don't worry, it's just tap on your screen like you would on your iPhone when you're shooting video, and the issue is perfectly resolved. So just one note. So I'm gonna set this down. The second thing I'm gonna do is actually unfold the arms. So you can see that the top two kind of just come out along the x-axis and the bottom two fold under. And so when you unfold this thing, it's about 80% the size, 85% the size of a Phantom 4, but when you fold it up, it's a quarter of the size, which makes this thing amazing. So you saw that I just took off the cap and I unfolded the arms, which took about 5.5 seconds. And the next step would be to take this controller.
Let's show people the controller really fast,
Sure.
because I think that's kind of noteworthy.
Yeah. So the great part about this controller is you can hook your phone right into it. It has an adapter on this side, a lightning adapter, and then it also has the option to do a USB connection here. So if you wanted a longer cable or you wanted somebody else to hold your phone, you could do that. So we give you the option. So it takes, roughly a few seconds to hook your phone into the controller. The controller is really great because it's different from traditional DJI controllers in the sense that it doesn't take up a lot of space. So one thing I really love about it is if you were going to put this in your pocket, the sticks come right out. You can take the sticks out, The antennas fold right in, the phone comes out, these fold in, and you're looking at a controller that's smaller than a gaming controller that fits right in your pocket.
So this iteration is all about stealthiness. It's all about convenience. It's all about being able to carry this up to the top of the mountain, or
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely. So DJI in its core essence, we're all about inspiring creators, right? How do we give creators the tools in order to bring their visions to life? And I think this is a big part of that, primarily because you can now also clip it onto your belt with some clips. So yes, convenience is very big for us, but also safety and power are equally as important, because without a safe experience, you're not going to be very happy with your product. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're a filmmaker or a YouTuber like me, you know, if you've ever traveled anywhere in an airplane, you've got to have that extra carry-on or that check-in piece as your drone, if you're using like the Phantom 4 or whatnot. And now you can probably get that in your carry-on. You don't have to shove anything. You don't have to break propellers. It all fits nicely into a nice little lunchbox size package, yeah?
absolutely, yeah. So a lot of people, they saw the case, they said, well, this case is great, but I still just want to take this thing and put it in my pocket, which
Yeah.
you can totally do. You can put it in your purse, in your regular size backpack, anything that you're already carrying with you, so you don't have to bring an additional case or accessory with you.
That's rad. We're gonna fly?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So the first thing you do is, like any other DJI product, you tap once and then tap and hold to turn it on up here.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, so it's on.
And I do the same thing with the transmitter.
So does this also have GPS, or can I fly it without GPS?
So you could do both. So it does everything the Phantom 4 can do, except a little bit better. So
Yeah.
it can fly 4.2 miles in any direction. The Phantom goes a little bit over 3.
Yeah.
This drone itself, the battery life is about 27 minutes, so it's equal to the Phantom 4.
So raise your hand if you are like me and you always feel a little sketchy about flying your drone inside. You don't want to break something, you don't want to bump into something, or if like you're shooting a Bentley or something, like you don't want to crash into it.
Sorry guys. Do a quick controller change while you're chatting.
Yeah. So tell me if you feel hesitant or sketchy about flying your drone inside. We're definitely, I mean, these are high ceilings. I'd say this is probably 30 feet-ish. But we are going to fly it inside, and we shouldn't have any problems. The other thing that I always get scared of when I'm flying my Phantom 4 is, oh, I hope I don't have like any flyaway or I don't have any problems. I'd love to hear, maybe put it in the comments, what problems or questions or concerns you have about flying drones. There's the whole new FDA rule. Of course, you know, you should not fly anywhere near a commercial airport. You should always have a line of sight. There's a lot of kind of common sense rules, I think. You know, some of these knuckleheads who are flying drones are flying them around like national monuments or like, you know, Old Faithful and crashing it into beautiful places. So you have to really use your head when you're flying. You have to, you know, get experience, and you have to be smart about it. But I think DJI is trying to make tools that are more user-friendly to really enhance the experience and give creators like me and you the opportunity to go further or try new things. So leave me some of the comments. I want to hear what you guys are saying. If you're just tuning in, I'm Brian Elliott. I'm the host of a show called Behind the Brand. I'm taking over the Entrepreneur Magazine Facebook page today, and we're talking with the leader in this space, DJI. We're at their headquarters, secret location, I can't tell you, somewhere in the LA area. And we're talking everything like creator tools, drones, stabilizers. Michael Shaboom, who's the head of marketing, basically just broke down this one for us, which is the Osmo Mobile. So before this model, the iteration was, remember that little 4K ball camera? That one used to be on the Osmo, and now they have several different, you know, mounts. It's all modular, so that you can take this off. You can, instead of using their camera, you can use your own phone. They've got adapters for microphones. You can mount it on your car, on your bike. You can mount it on a tripod, on sticks, on a selfie stick. I could have used this last night at the Streamy Awards. I'm bummed out that I got here just a day late, but that's okay. Also, make sure that you share this, of course, with your friends on Facebook. Like it, heart it up. I'd like to know what questions you have about YouTube, creating video and other cool content. If you've got a YouTube channel, make sure that you put that in the comments. And also, you can tweet me. I'm at Brian Elliott on Twitter. It's BryanElliott. So the guys at DJI are just queuing up the new Mavic Pro, which is their new stealthy, super small, fit in your pocket if you want to drone. Up to now, they've had the Inspire, which is the big boy. Well, there's bigger ones than this, but this is kind of like my personal favorite for like big stuff. It can fly in slightly stronger winds. It's got this kind of bigger, better camera lens adapter. And then we've got, of course, got the Phantom series, Phantom 1, 2, 3, and 4. Make sure you put in the comments, because I'd like to see what you guys are making on YouTube. You can find my channel, which is Behind the Brand, at YouTube/BehindTheBrandTV. And we've done over 400 episodes of the show. We've talked to authors, influencers, brands, celebrities. Personally, I had a really great moment yesterday when I met one of my favorite YouTubers, Casey Neistat. Casey, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're not because you're probably out filming right now, but I can't wait to meet up with you in New York. That should be a lot of fun. I should see you out there pretty soon. But I'm super stoked to see this flying example of the Mavic. Here it is.
All right, guys. So thank you for that intro again.
Yeah.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to launch it and see how it hovers in the air.
Okay.
So the propellers you can see are different than standard DJI propellers with foldable.
Okay.
So that makes it easy where you never have to take them off. You don't have to reattach them every time you're going to fly.
So they don't have to be expanded or anything before you fly?
They don't have to be expanded. I mean, I like to separate them a little bit like this, but for the most part, they'll stabilize themselves because of the force. Okay. So, and this guy can fly 40 miles an hour.
Wow.
So if I just have it hovering, it'll keep itself stable, so there's no GPS in this room right now. I'm not really flying it on the controllers at all. I'm just kind of letting it hover. And it does the same thing that all DJI products do. It uses the two downward-facing stereoscopic sensors and cameras in order to keep itself stable.
It's pretty quiet.
It's very quiet compared to our other products. Absolutely. And so the great part about this drone is that it has full plethora of intelligent flight features. Yeah. So one of the cool things.
Well, hold on. I don't want you to take this for granted. So you see how smooth and like stable this thing is? So I mean, if you had the camera on, you could be doing your thing and getting a different vantage point. This is like the next level for creator tools, right? Like so smooth, so stable, so quiet. I'm really impressed how quiet it is.
Yeah, no, they did a really good job of reducing the noise on this version. I mean, and it's much smaller too, so it's easier to work with.
Yeah, I want to see what you guys are seeing. So what questions do you have about the new Mavic Pro?
So here's the really cool part.
Okay, go for it, Michael.
Let me show you here. It's telling me that there's an object in the way, which is you guys. So it physically won't fly forward anymore. Even if I max the speed out, it won't go forward. It's the same across all objects that it detects, and you can see that it gives you a red bar and shows you exactly how far away that object is.
Yeah, that's right. Heart it up, like this, share it with your friends. Let me see those likes. Come on. There's a bunch of you on this feed. Like it up for the new DJI
And it tells you
Mavic.
up here as well that there's an obstacle. So you now have this dual display screen.
Oh,
You have all of your flight information and your telemetry that's separated from the image that you're actually seeing. So that gives you the ability to either focus on the flying aspect or on the camera when you're ready. You can get rid of all that if you want and just see your image.
That's way cool.
Or you can bring it back.
That's right. Keep those likes coming. Heart it
So
up.
here is the new menu right here. This is all of the intelligent features.
Oh wait, so someone's asking, why are you saying you're at the headquarters when you're in America? It's true. DJI also has a headquarters in China, right?
That is our global headquarters.
Yeah. So we're here at the North American headquarters, to be clear.
And so what I can do is I can actually use the controller to angle the camera, go down on us, go back. So here's what we were talking about. This is the intelligent features. This is what makes this drone so freaking amazing because you have the ability to gesture control this drone now.
Okay.
Now, is anyone there wondering what that means?
Yeah, what is gesture control?
Well, let me show you here. So let me bring this drone up. Let me bring it a little back, and let me actually angle down on it. Right? So you're gonna do the whole thing, and I'm just gonna gesture, okay?
Okay.
So I have the drone pointed at us, right? So when I tell you, all you're gonna do is just wave to the drone.
Okay.
And it's gonna lock onto you. Okay? So we're going into intelligent mode, we're going into gesture. Okay, go for it. You see yourself here?
Yes.
Okay, so now the drone just recognized you. When I click,
Get a shot of this.
that's just by you waving your hand. It noticed you. And it separated you from me, and we're both standing together with black shirts.
So I'm highlighted in green because it recognized me. Okay, got it.
Okay? So now you're gonna make a picture frame motion above your head.
Like this?
Exactly. You see it blinking?
Yeah.
Now pose. And as soon as those red lights flash, it takes a picture. You go 3 seconds. And so this eliminates the fact, I mean, you've been flying your drones for a long time, right?
Yeah.
You know that what's the one biggest problem when you're flying drones? I look goofy when I'm holding this controller, looking down at my screen, also trying to pose and smile with my girlfriend and pet my dog at the same time.
Yeah.
Now you don't have to worry about that. The drone will just recognize what you're doing.
And can I make a confession too? Sometimes I forget to hit record. Like, I'll get it up in the air and start flying it, and I'll be like, after I come
No
down,
memory card?
No, I have memory card's in there. I just forget to hit record. So it's like very important.
Yeah, so this, and you see this little person icon right here?
Yeah.
It notices that it's just you with nothing that you're riding on or whatever. If you were on a skateboard, if you were on a bike, if you were, if you had another mode of transportation, it would recognize that with that icon up there.
That's
so
awesome.
the drone is quite intelligent.
Cool.
Yeah, and so we can do other cool things, right? So if I stop this and I go back to my other intelligent modes, and I go, I active track again, and I hit you again, then it'll actually just follow you. So if you walk around, you know what? I accidentally locked onto myself and not you. So let's get you. So I'll get you on the board right now. So if I back up and I click you, see, sorry, I'm not gonna gesture right now. I'm just gonna click. So you're a little too close. So it's actually warning me that you're too close, which is a good thing because you never want it to be too close. So now that I'm locked onto you, it'll actually follow you. Okay. So now you can move around. And I'm not doing anything right now. So I actually, for safety, what I did was I turned off the reverse flying. So since we're inside of a room that has walls that you could potentially, bump into, I said, drone, I don't want you to fly backwards when Brian's coming at you. And so when you pass it, it'll actually just stop.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring this drone back now.
When do I get to try it?
Oh, you wanna try it now?
Yeah,
There you go. So same as the other DJI drones.
Here we go. All right. It's buttery smooth.
Smooth. And we have a new mode. It's called tripod mode. So it actually goes even slower than that. So when you're getting those super intimate shots, then you don't have to worry about flying too fast or being jerky about your motion. What do you think?
I mean, it's so smooth. It is really, really smooth. And, maybe it sounds loud on camera, but to me, having flown the Phantom 4 and the Inspire before, and seeing other drones, this is really, really quiet.
So just to remind everyone, this drone can go 4.2 miles in any direction. It has a max flying altitude of about 18 to 19,000 feet. It's the perfect companion if you're on the go. If you were worried before that the Phantom was a little bit too big for your lifestyle, this is perfect. If you travel, if you play sports, if you live an active lifestyle, I really recommend this model to everybody.
Are there any other modes that we should know about?
So there's something that we have called Sport Mode.
Okay.
It's a feature on the Phantom 4 that we've actually brought over to the Mavic, and it allows the Mavic to fly up to 40 miles an hour.
Whoa. I don't think I want to fly 40 in this room, but show me how it works.
So I'll show you a little bit. So all you do is you switch it into sport mode. Easy as that.
So is this for like anticipating the upcoming trend of drone racing?
Well, actually, speaking of which, we actually just released a product last week. We silently released it. It's called the Snail, ironically. And the Snail is a set of motors and a flight controller and some propellers to build your own racing drone. So cool. DJI has officially broken into the racing space as well. Wow. And if you guys are interested in getting more information on that, you can go to DJI.com and there's a tab that will give you some more info on those products.
That's awesome. When would I use sport mode? When would I want to go so fast?
So I like sport mode because it replicates an actual helicopter shot, right? Okay. So if you were getting a nice establishing shot, or if you were getting some nice B-roll footage and you wanted the motion behind it, I would throw it in sport mode. If you needed to come back home sooner, if you wanted to get it back, you could use sport mode, or if you just want to have fun.
Does this still have like the emergency return to home feature that the Phantom 4 has?
Absolutely. It has an even better feature now. So what it does before, what the drones would do is they would return to the same GPS point that they started in. But GPS in those days was still accurate to only about 3 to 5 feet. So you could still not come home exactly to where it was. Now what the drone does, every time it takes off, it takes an image of where it took off from. And based on that image, it lands itself perfectly smooth.
Awesome.
The other really cool thing is, do you have time? Should I show you one more thing?
Yeah, but are you guys geeking out like I am? This is so cool. The Mavic is like my new, I can't wait to, they're going to lend it to us. We're going to shoot some more B-roll after this, but like, are you guys geeking out? Are
I'll
you
show you
loving
one more
this?
thing.
Okay. This is amazing. Make sure to like this, heart this, share this.
On the drone, there's a button. And this button actually says Wi-Fi or RC. So I'm going to take it to Wi-Fi. I'm going to take this to Wi-Fi. And now that I've taken this to Wi-Fi, I'm going to put this cap back in. That'll protect the micro SD card. I'm going to do a restart on the drone.
Okay.
I'm going to turn the controller off.
Okay.
I'm going to put it away. Then I'm going to turn the drone back on. Notice that I'm not using the controller anymore.
Right. All phone.
All phone. Okay. So iPhone 7 Plus users or iPhone 6 Plus users, prepare to meet your new best friend. So the first thing I do is I go to my Wi-Fi settings and I find the Mavic's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so this is the same for the Osmo and all the other DJI products.
Correct. Okay. So as soon as I find the Mavic Wi-Fi, what's the password, guys?
Don't listen.
Okay. So you plug in the password, and you can change this yourself. If,
Yeah.
you have your personal password. Oh, that's not the right one.
Yeah, pull it from the other camera. That's got a 128. So while we're waiting to get this queued up, what questions do you guys have? I'm here at DJI headquarters. If you're just tuning in, can you get the DJI logo in the background so you get a good read? DJI, if you didn't know it, is like the industry leader for all these amazing creator tools for filmmakers, for YouTubers, and for people who make videos and movies. They have got the coolest gear on the planet. They've got drones, they've got stabilizers, they've got all kinds of cool accessories and tools to help you level up your thing, level up your game. I mean, I think this is kind of where we're at with phase 2 of YouTube. You know, phase 1 was all about maybe the Canon 5D or the Sony, or I use the Panasonic GH4. I love that camera. And of course the iPhone is great for movies, but now we've got totally legit. What questions do you guys have? I'm Brian Elliott. I'm the host of a show called Behind the Brand, and I'm here getting this Behind the Brand sneak peek at all of the latest tools from DJI. What questions do you have? Are you guys creating content? Do you have a YouTube channel? You can check out my 400 plus YouTube videos. They air on entrepreneur.com on a regular basis. And if you want to see all the archive episodes, you can go to Behind the Brand TV on YouTube. That's youtube.com/Behind the Brand TV.
Someone changed this password on me.
Oh, we almost ready?
Yeah. It's a password thing. And
We're getting synced to the Wi-Fi, no problem. But in the meantime, make sure you leave me a comment and tell me where you're watching from. Are you watching? We're in an undisclosed location in downtown Los Angeles. I can't tell you exactly where we are because this is super secret. This is where they're developing all the latest, greatest, and I'm sure there's like 20 other cool products. Mike will tell me off camera, I'm sure, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're now like no controller, only phone to do the Mavic Pro.
Yeah, exactly. So what you see, if you want to kind of get in on this, how am I supposed to control the drone from the phone? Well, it's really cool because once I tap, I get these two sticks that come up, right? And to launch it, all I do is slide and do a one-touch takeoff. And to control the drone, I just use my thumbs. I can fly it any way I want to. I can raise it, lower it. And obviously it's a little bit different than, you know, just flying with your sticks, but it's just as easy to learn. So anybody out there that's a gamer that does a lot of mobile gaming, this might be even easier than using the controller. I really love it because I can just take it out of my pocket, and if I actually know my own Wi-Fi password, I can get it up in the air within 10 seconds. And it's the same thing. So if I wanted to go back to regular controllers, right, I could tap fly as well. So I could have this drone, I could tap wherever it's gonna go and it can fly straight forward. So I can, once you hit go, it'll fly to that area. All of the advanced features are still enabled, the active track, the gesture. So if I went to gesture, I actually would turn my drone around first. So I would go joystick mode, turn the drone around to us, raise it, and then I would go back here to gesture, and once I gesture it, it'll pick us up. So all the features are the same. You can stop it just as easily. You can go back to your joystick so you can continue flying, or you can just use your controller if you want to too. So however you want to fly, we're enabling you to do that. And landing it is pretty easy too. Pretty cool, right?
Okay, how cool is that? So if you are just tuning in, this is the new Mavic Pro from DJI, the maker of some of the most progressive, awesome, coolest creator tools on the planet for YouTubers. Thank you. Filmmakers and people who are making an awesome video. I mean, this makes it possible now to throw this in a backpack, throw it in your pocket if you want to. So I want to make sure I fold it up correctly.
Sure.
So this goes in.
So you want to fold the other ones under first.
Okay.
Yep, because the second one's going top. So all you do is you fold under, just like that.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yep.
Okay, so that goes like that. That goes like that. Maybe I should turn it off first, yeah?
Yeah, you could do it. You could fold it in, or you could turn it off first. It doesn't require.
And this thing basically fits.
And then all you do is you just fold the props.
Yeah.
And you fold them back over. And it's easy as that.
I mean, look at that.
Bottom ones as well.
Fits in the palm of my hand, basically, if I had a slightly bigger hand, but I'm not a big guy. So, and it's actually pretty heavy. So I mentioned this before. I don't know, for me, like when I have a camera or some sort of tool, when it feels a little bit heavy, it feels like there's some quality to it. This looks like a toy, but it's actually kind of heavy. It's got some good, I don't know, weight. It feels like it's expensive, but it's not expensive. How much is it?
So there's two versions. So you can get the Mavic Pro with the controller for $999.
Okay, under $1,000 bucks.
Under $1,000, or you can get the Mavic unit by itself for $749.
So just use your phone.
Or we have a bundle where you can get multiple batteries, a case, and a few other accessories, and you're paying about $1249.
Show me how the battery comes out.
Sure. Super easy, right? So in order to take the battery out, I'd actually fold these top legs out.
Okay.
And all you do, there's two buttons on each side. You pull up and you remove the battery.
Okay, that's sweet.
It's so easy. It's actually much easier than the Phantom or the Inspire batteries, having to pull them out. This just pops right off and you pop a new one in.
And if you're just tuning in, how much is the fly time, or how long can I expect to fly it on one charge?
One charge is about 27 minutes. So
Okay.
when you get to about 15%, and you can customize this, it'll return home all the advanced features.
That's awesome. We are running out of time on Facebook, guys. I appreciate you tuning in here live. Before we sign off, we have a few more things to get to. We're probably not going to get to it on this feed. We were talking the Osmo Mobile, so if you missed that, you can rewatch this broadcast and see how you can use your mobile phone with the Osmo stabilizer. That's super rad. We just covered the Mavic Pro and how it's this new low-profile, high-quality 4K camera that's, I mean, it's amazing.
I kind of feel okay having spent most of our time talking about the Mavic. I think they feel okay too.
Me too. It's like, it is kind of the coolest, newest thing. And what we won't be able to get to today is the Inspire, which is actually one of my favorites. I love that drone because it's got the ability to change lenses and kind of do some more cinematic kind of stuff, like as a filmmaker, as a YouTuber, I like to do. It also can fly in some pretty significant heavy winds, I've found.
Yeah, and if you want to come back at any time, we're happy to take you flying. We can go out to a park or do whatever you want to do.
That sounds, and I live kind of near the beach. We'll go on a day that no one's there, either go early in the morning or late at night. That's the other thing I think is important to say. For those of you who are getting into drones, you know, I just think a lot of common sense is the smartest way to start, you know. Not flying over people, or definitely not flying near a commercial airport, making sure that you can see, you have a line of sight to the thing that you're flying, whether it's the Mavic Pro or the Inspire or the Phantom. Make sure to leave me a comment before I sign off. Tell me where you're watching from. Make sure you like, heart, or share this broadcast. I'd also like to know if you've ever tried out any kind of DJI product, and I'd like to hear about your experience. Michael, thanks so much for having us.
Thank you very much. All right. See you next time.
We will see you next time. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you, everyone.